Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into something that sounds simple, but is actually a professional minefield. Yeah, I'm talking about corporate gifting. We're going to figure out how to show you care without, accidentally booking yourself a one-on-one with HR. You've been there, right? You want to do something nice for a coworker, but your brain just floods with questions. Wait, is this weird? Is this too much or not enough? That little moment of panic? That's what we're talking about today. Because a seemingly simple gift can feel like this high-stakes poker game, and sometimes it really is. And this is exactly why it feels so high stakes. There's such a fine line, isn't there? On one side, you've got this awesome gesture that builds morale and makes everyone feel great. But on the other side, you've got a one-way ticket to an HR meeting. It can create so much awkwardness, or even worse. It's a tightrope walk for sure. Okay, so with all that risk, you might be thinking, why even bother? And that's a fair question. The answer is because when you get it right, genuine appreciation is more than just a nice thing to do. It's like a professional superpower. It's not just a feeling. The research is pretty clear on this. Creating a culture where people feel genuinely appreciated is one of the best and cheapest ways to boost morale and get great results. Think of it like the glue that holds a team together, connecting everyone to the bigger picture. Seriously, think of it as your secret weapon. It helps fight off things like burnout and low motivation. It cranks up job satisfaction and productivity. And you know what else? It makes your company a place where the best people actually want to work and stay. And here's what's really interesting, maybe the most important part. We're not talking about big, flashy, expensive awards here. Nope. More than 80% of the most powerful recognition is actually informal and spontaneous. It's the simple, in-the-moment, hey, great job on that presentation. It's about consistency, not how much you spend. Okay, so how do we actually do this right? Well, it all starts with understanding the unspoken rules. The social guardrails that keep your nice gesture firmly in the nice category and far away from the awkward one. And this brings us to one of the biggest questions people have, the classic dilemma. Do you send it to the office or to their home? The answer here is super important for keeping things professional and making sure there's no confusion about your intent. And the answer, almost every single time, is send it to the workplace. Always. Keeping it at the office makes it public, it keeps it professional, and it lets other people share in the celebration. Sending something to a person's home, that can get a little too personal, a little too fast, and really blur those important boundaries. All right, let's talk about some golden rules to live by. First up, whenever you can, make it a group thing. A gift from the whole team feels awesome and supportive. A gift from just one person it can feel a little intense. Second, stay away from anything that could even hint at romance, and we'll dig into that in a second. Third, the note you write should be professional, focused on their work. And fourth, and this is a big one, gifts should flow down, not up. So a manager giving a gift to their report is great. The other way around, it can look like you're trying to score points, even if you're not. And speaking of avoiding romantic gestures, look at this. Flowers are a perfect example of how much the little details matter. I mean, a dozen red roses, that just screams romance, right? But something like sunflowers or a mix of daisies, totally different vibe. They say friendship, cheer, we appreciate you. The goal here is always clarity. You want the gift to back up your professional message, not create a whole new confusing one. Okay, so we've covered the unspoken social rules. Now let's shift gears and talk about the written ones. These are the official company policies that are there to protect you and the company from some pretty serious legal and ethical headaches. Most big companies will have something called a Gifts and Entertainment Policy, or G&E for short. And look, I know, it sounds like boring corporate jargon, but it's not just red tape. This stuff is super important. It's how companies make sure they're following anti-bribery laws and that all their business deals are fair and square, based on merit, not on who gave the best gift. So a typical policy might look something like this. You can see they set really clear lines. There's usually a dollar limit for gifts you're giving, and often you can't accept gifts from outside partners at all. But see that one thing that's always a no-go? Cash, or anything like cash, like gift cards. That's a huge red flag for pretty much every company. So what's the big takeaway here? It's simple. Before you give or accept anything, you have to find and read your company's G&E policy, period. Know the dollar limit, know that cash is off the table, and be especially cautious if you're in the middle of negotiating a contract or dealing with government officials, because the rules get even tighter. The mantra is, when in doubt, check first. All right, we've gotten through the rules, both unspoken and written. Now for the fun part. What actually makes a fantastic, memorable corporate gift in today's world? A lot of the time, the best gifts are the ones that tap into modern values and what's happening in the workplace right now. One of the biggest trends, and it's a great one, is sustainability and ethical sourcing. So think about gifts like backpacks made from recycled plastic or fair trade certified coffee. These kinds of gifts say more than just thanks. They send a powerful message that your company cares about its impact on the world. Another huge one is wellness. And this makes so much sense, right? After everything we've all been through, gifts that help people take care of themselves are more appreciated than ever. We're talking about things that help with stress, or maybe just make the workday more comfortable. It shows a company really, truly cares about its people's well-being.
And you know, sometimes the best gift isn't a thing at all. It's an experience. It's about creating connection and fun. Maybe it's a pickleball set that gets the team playing together, or a DIY pizza kit for a virtual team party. These are the gifts that create memories and really strengthen those team bonds.
So when you boil it all down, it comes back to this one central idea. The perfect gift has nothing to do with the price tag. It's all about being thoughtful. It's about being appropriate, professional, and genuinely considerate. That's what lands. So I want to leave you with a final thought, a little challenge. Let's forget about the big, complicated gifts for a second. Just think about this. What's one small, simple, genuine way you can show appreciation for a colleague this week? Because that's where the real magic happens.